Hello friends, today we'll see third topic, that is the mode of reproduction. So mode means way of reproduction, how the crop plants are reproduced, how they grow. So mode of reproduction is classified in two categories: sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction, that is also called as the vegetative reproduction. So what is meant by sexual reproduction? Sexual reproduction means plants, broadly we can say plants which are propagated only by seed is called as the sexual reproduction. So sexual reproduction means fusion, means union of male and female gametes which form a zygote, and the zygote is developed into the embryo, that is called as the sexual reproduction. Remember, in sexual reproduction there is a mating or union or fusion of male and female gametes and which form a zygote, and this zygote is developed into the embryo. This is called as the sexual reproduction. You can remember, plants propagated only by seed is called as the sexual reproduction. So generally in crop plant, male and female gametes are gathered or governed by the structure, specialized structure, which is known as the flower. What is flower? Where the male and female gametes are governed in a special structure, specialized structure, that is flower. It means male and female gametes are present in the flower. So what is flower now? There are many types of flowers. Flower usually consists of pedicels, calyx, that is the sepal. Part of calyx is called as the sepal. Corolla, part of corolla is called as the petal. Androecium and gynoecium, that is stamen and pistils, is called as the complete flower. Means flowers in which all the organs, calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium are present, that is called as the flower. So now we'll see bisexual flower or the complete flower. So flower which contain both stamen and pistils, flower which contain both the organs, stamens and pistils, is a perfect flower or a bisexual flower. Means where the both sex are present, it is called as the complete flower or the perfect flower. If flower contains stamens but not pistils, is known as a staminate or male flower. Where only stamens are present, pistils are not. Stamens mean male organ, stamens male flower. While flower which contain pistils is known as the pistillated or the female flower, pistil female. So in monoecious species, for example in colocasia, maize or the castor, coconut, number of examples, cucurbits, banana, in which stamens and pistis flowers occur on the same flower but at different location. Both organs are present in the flower but location is different, its place is different. that is called as the monoecious, single. Dioecious flower, stamens, it means male, and pistils, that is female flowers, occur in different plant, means male organ and female organs are not present in a single flower, in different flower. In case of monoecious, male and female organs are present but at different location. In case of dioecious, male and female flowers are not present on a single flower. That is called as the dioecious plant. So the structure of flower, it is very common. You are learning from 5th standard. Flower, its part, ovary, sepal, style, petals, filaments, anthers. These are the parts of the flower which is given in book detail. You see the figure. So fertilization. Fertilization means again it is a fusion of one of the two sperm with the egg cell producing a diploid zygote is known as the fertilization. What is fertilization? Fusion of one of the two sperm with egg cell and which produce a diploid zygote is known as the fertilization. So we will see the significance of sexual reproduction. What are the different significance? So sexual reproduction make it possible to combine the genes from few or more parents into a single hybrid plant. This is one significance. Means combination of few or more parents, means we are selecting a dominant character, superior character, and carrying the hybridization. That is, for carrying the hybridization, we need a seed. Means sexual reproduction combine the genes from the more parents. We are collecting the dominant, superior, quality, resistant genes. Then recombination among these genes produce a large number of genotype. Combination, recombination means we are taking different trials for the hybridization. Recombine the genes. Combination first, second recombines. Recombination means we are selecting a superior genes and producing a good quality plant. So this is very important step in genetic variation. So hybridization, creating a genetic variation. Word genetic variation. So we want a variation. Variation means we want a superior quality. So through hybridization it is possible only. So total plant breeding branch is only depend on the sexual reproduction, because for hybridization we need two different gametes, fusion of gametes. Means the sexual reproduction is a base of the plant breeding. So now we'll see asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is also called as the vegetative reproduction. Vegetative part of plant, any part of plant, root, stem, cutting, flowers, bulbs, rhizomes, stolons, any part other than seed. Means sexual reproduction does not involve the fusion of male and female gametes. Male and female gametes is occur only in the sexual reproduction. For example, papaya or coconut. Papaya or coconut cannot be propagated vegetatively. There is only way or means to produce through the seed. So sexual reproduction not involve the fusion of male and female gametes. New plant is developed from the vegetative part of plant. New plant is produced from the vegetative part of plant. Roses, grape. There are number of examples. We are not using the seed. In sugar cane, we are using the seeds. So other than seed, vegetative part. So the sexual reproduction means fusion of male and female gametes, and opposite to this, asexual reproduction not involve the fusion of male and female gametes. New plants are developed only from the vegetative part like root, stem, cutting. Seed maybe arises from the embryo that develops without fertilization, that is called as the apomixis. Seed is developed, we'll see next what is apomixis. But seed is developed but without fertilization. Without fertilization, where the seed is developed, which is known as the apomixis. What is apomixis? There is no formation of seed, or if seed is formed, which form without fertilization. Now we'll see there are two types of the vegetative reproduction. One is the natural vegetative reproduction and another is the artificial vegetative reproduction. So natural vegetative reproduction is again classified into the three groups: underground stem, subaerial stem and bulbous. Underground stems, you know the underground stems, these are the stems, but it is a modification of stem, and generally it serves as a food material which store the food material. It may be bird. So underground modification of stem serve storage and contain many buds. For example, tuber, potato. Potato is example of tuber. Bulb, onion, garlic are the bulb. Rhizomes, turmeric and gingers are the rhizomes. So another is the subaerial. So subaerial means these are modification. These are the also modifications like the tuber bulb. Runner. Runner means so it runs on the ground. It runs, for example, hariali. So synolon, dictalon, that is hariali. It produces the roots at every node and internode and runs. So these stolons also suckers also propagated, and these stems are used for propagation of mint and data palm. Mint, that is mint means, so we are using as a flavoring agent as a mint in vegetable or cold drinks. And third is the bulbous. So bulbous are modified flower, and these modified flowers are developed into the plant but without the formation of seed. Earlier I have stated, without formation of seed. These are actually vegetative bodies, and their development not involve the fertilization and seed formation. Means without fertilization, seed formation. For example, lower plants influences like garlic naturally develop or cardamom. These are the examples of the bulbs. So you see the bulbs and the stems. So figures are given in the books. You see these are the most popular examples which are given. You can refer the book. So that is potato, this familiar, bulb, onion is familiar, garlic, rhizomes, all these are the familiars to you. Nothing is there. So artificial or commercial reproduction. First we have seen the natural, that is the underground strain, bulbs, onions, garlics, etc. Now artificial means not natural. So this is used and generally may not be occur in this species. So in this stem cutting is in sugarcane, grape, roses, layering, grafting, budding. There are number of methods of propagation. So first we will see cutting. So what is cutting? Cutting means part of plant is detached or cut from the mother plant, and this part is planted in the field or in the pot. This plant or bird will reproduce a new plant. In case of grape, in case of roses, we are using the cuttings. Cutting means part of plant is detached, removed or cut from the main plant, that is mother plant, and then this plant is inserted or planted into the another field or into the another place. That plant give rise a new plant. This is common example. We are bringing cuttings from the grape and roses and many examples. So generally pencil size branches are selected which is having a number of buds, and these plants or cutting is removed, pencil size cutting or branch is selected. This may be dipped in hormones like IA, IBA, and these cuttings are planted into the another place. This will give exactly similar plant, those of mother plant. So you see again figure is given, cutting figure is given also in book, that is in one pot, main plant is shown in one pot, and plant part is cut and planted into the another pot. This planted cutting will give rise to new plant exactly to this mother plant or similar to this mother plant, that is the cutting. So layering, another is the layering. There are many types of layering, simple layering, tongue layering, etc. We'll see one example of layering. So in case of layering, particularly we are followed in guava. So lower branch pencil size, not over mature, not immature. So the pencil size lower branch is selected, and then slanting cut is given to the this branch. Slanting, slanting cut. Slanting cut is given, and this cutted portion is covered with the moist soil or by the sphagnum moss to hold the moisture, After few days or few weeks, this branch produce roots, and when this layered branch produce roots, then this plant or this branch is cut from the main plant, that is mother plant, and planted into the another field, that is layering. Layering means select the pencil size newly grown healthy branch, remove the bark by giving slanting cut, cover this portion with soil to hold the moisture or the sphagnum moss. After few days, few weeks, the roots will be developed and then cut from the mother plant and plant into the another field. Example is the guava. So it is also given in the book. You see the figure. So this is the guava plant, and in this the branch is selected, slanting cut is given and buried into the soil, and roots formation take place. After root formation, this branch is cut from the mother plant and used as a new single plant. This is the layering. Another is the year layering. So means year layering means we are not burying the branch into the soil, we are keeping it in ear, hence it is called as the ear layering. It is very popular in pomegranate. So again, select the healthy disease free plant of pomegranate for example, and these branches remove the bark 2 to 3 centimeter, ring shaped bark is removed, ring shaped bark is removed from this branch, and this branch or portion is covered with the sphagnum moss to hold the moisture. Sphagnum moss means it is a one type of grass, like grass, not grass. It is like grass. It means it hold the moisture for the rooting. So after few weeks, again root formation take place. When root formation take place, again detach the branch from the mother plant and use this branch as a new single plant. Remember, air layering means we are not burying this branch. In tongue layering, we are burying this branch into the soil. Here we are keeping in air. So bark of 2 to 3 centimeter is removed, and this portion is covered with the sphagnum moss to hold the moisture. Then tie with the polythene sheet. After few days, rooting take place, root formation take place. Then this plant is cut from the main plant, mother plant, and use a new single plant. So next is the grafting. Grafting means mostly we are following this in the mango. So one part of plant is inserted into the another plant in such a way that two will unite and grow as a new single plant. For example, this is a main plant which is called as the mother plant or stalk, and you want a hapus mango for example. This mango plants is planted with the stones, and on this plant we are grafting a new variety like hapus or kesar. We are bringing the scion, which is called as the scion. This is mother plant, main plant, and plant which we are grafted is a scion, stalk, scion. That is mother plant and the scion. So scion should be of superior quality. For example, we are interested in planting the Kesher mango, we should have to bring the sticks from the or buds from the Kesher mango. This is the stick of Kesher mango, and this is the local stone plant. We are cutting this plant, we are cutting, we are giving initiation, and this scion is inserted and tied with the polythene. So within a few weeks, union will take place and scion bud sprout and give a new plant. Mother plant, we don't want mother plant, we are not interested in mother plant. But grafted portion, that is scion. Don't confuse mother plant and scion. We are inserting the scion into the mother plant. Scion will give a new plant. All the characteristics of the scion bud, that is the Kesher mango. This mango we don't know which one, just we are planting the stones in the field or in the polythene bag, but we are bringing the superior quality scion and inserting into the stock. So union take place and give a new plant. Budding. So budding is the also very common method we are following in bear and also in the santra or the citrus species. So in this method, the buds, good quality buds, is removed. For example, this is Nagpur santra stick, and this is the Jamberry rootstock or Rangpur lime. We are planted in the field. So only T-shaped or shield-shaped bud is removed and planted on the Jamberry rootstock. That is the superior quality bud of santra, Nagpur santra, for example, we are removing and inserting or planting on the Jamberry or Kinno or Rangpur line. So this is again union is tied, bud should face to the upward direction, and this bud will sprout and give rise to the new plant. This is called as the budding. All the figures and details are given in the book. Please you see. Okay, thank you. Next part we'll see tomorrow.